This is Forte Capital Management. Get your pen and your fucking notebook out. Number one, Google short interest if you don't know what that means. Number two, Google short float if you don't know what that means. And let's get into it once you know what those two means, okay? Go to Nasdaq.com. This is where they officially release short interest, like official, basically profiles of stocks that are being shorted and how many shares are being shorted and how many days does it take to cover, right? So one stock that caught my eyes is Twinkies. The reason, now don't get me wrong here, not every single stock that have a really high short flow or short interest gets squeezed. But I think this one, I've been looking at it for 2 months. It's most likely we're about to see some nasty squeeze coming up on this one. If you take a look at it on May 14th, right? The stock as being it's being shorted. Now just kind of follow through and pay attention to what I'm about to say, because I'm about to show you guys something crazy. On the April 15th, there are 23 million of the 23 million shares being shorted. On April 30th, it's 24.9. On May 14th, 25.4 million shares of Twinkies are being shorted. And as you can see that they have an average, basically they trade a million shares a day. So you do that divided by this, you get the days to cover. This is how many days it would take for the stock to fully cover all the short positions. Now imagine these were to all get squeezed in a day or two, right? Or 3 days. The stock could even go up a couple 100%, right? I think it's crazy. And now remember these dates, and we know that the short interest, the shares that are being shorted are not decreasing. People are not giving up their short positions, right? And now we look at it technically on the chart. On the daily chart, these arrows, this is May 14th. May 14th, May 30th, and April 15th, right? This is we're around the area. It's for the date that I just listed. We know that as it goes up, the short flows are not decreasing at all. So they're not covering it. This is just simply an act of new buyers coming into the stock and moving the price higher. And as we go higher, the stock is not going down. And even today we had a huge spike about to break the previous area where sellers came in really, reacted really ferociously. And what this tells me is that people or whoever is shorting the stock, they are doing the alternative of buying the dip but shorting the high. And it's not going to end well because we're currently on an uptrend. You don't want to fight the trend. We're on a 20-day and a 50-day and a 200-day moving average on a uptrend. Basically, if you actually look at on the daily chart, ever since 2017, we've been in this area where every time it hits around the $14 for 3 years, there has been huge reactions of sellers coming in. And then lately we broke above that just around the about the January of this year. And then when it gets to around, when it came back down and test that area, we found basically buyers showing up. And this area is starting to act as an area of basically a new support where buyers shows up. And the stock is obviously moving higher, yet the short people that are shorting the stock, they are not covering it. So now the biggest question is, how do we make money off this, right? How do we make money off this? I think buying stocks on this one is kind of hard, because you don't really know how, where do you put your stop, right? It's going to be, it's tough. But the thing is, this, I think, will be the answer, right? Options, right? Because this way, we don't have to time it. We can just buy time, right? It could cost a little premium on it. But we could, if we do believe that this stock has a chance to move higher, you take a look at this. Options, right? Number one, I don't recommend, on the one, these are the expiration date. On June 18th, you don't want to buy any of these. I think the open interests are too low. But for July 16th expiration and August 20th expiration, I think this is like, give me one. Let me make the screen a little bit. This is good enough. For these two, where we basically get like 44 extra more day or 79 extra more day, we're buying this much time. Now, if you want to buy October, November, up to you. If you want to, go ahead. But I'm not going to, because I think they're too far away and I don't want to pay too much premium. I want to get the highest return as possible. And I think that right now we're not too far away from timing it, because we're about to break the previous high for the stock, the previous area where sellers come in. and we spiked up today. And so I want to actually buy one that's 44 days away from expiration, right? I'm gonna buy this one, $17 and out of the money stock, $17.50 call for Twinkies right here. And I'm going to hopefully buy it tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow morning. In the morning, the premiums usually spikes up, so I try to avoid a morning rush. And this is what I'll be looking at, basically. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, comment, subscribe, ask questions in the comment section. Follow me on Twitter. Check the description for Discord link. Peace.